Hey, what's up, guys? I decided to try something new this time, drop a story time video and just see how well it does. Just make sure you give me feedback. Let me know if you want any more stories, and or just ask me, like, oh, like, has this happened, etc., etc., and then I can make a video on this shit. So let's get right into it. So it all started. I was a freshman. No, I was a sophomore in high school, maybe 2 weeks before all like finals and aims and shit, because I lived in Arizona, so we had this shit called aims. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically like it's the equivalent of finals or whatever. It just sees like where you are and just final testing. And so I'm on the track. It's free time for the class that I'm in, and we're able to go outside because we're all done reviewing and shit, and our teacher was pretty cool. So we're outside, and this kid and I, let's call him Tyler, because I really can't remember what his name is. Tyler he told me that he had that burner, like basically like he was saying that he was faster than me, and I was pretty confident in my speed because I played a lot of sports growing up. So I was thinking like, no, like there's no way, because first off, you're skinny as fuck. You have you have a weird shaped body. You have a long neck and you're white, like you're not faster than me. And so we ended up racing. And so we just ran probably like a 40. And so we started off running. I was dusting, right? So I take off pretty fast and I can accelerate or whatever pretty quickly, but it's like in a long run I think I slowed down a little bit. So towards the end I was slowing down, but I could feel him right behind me. And so I was like, oh fuck, like if he beats me, like he's gonna talk so much shit. So I just started running as hard as I could, um, basically just trying to make sure that I get through it. And so I ended up winning. But right at the end, I stopped, and I guess I did like a hard stop on my right leg or whatever. I stopped my foot, like when you're running and you just stop. Once I did that, all of a sudden I lost my balance, and I started falling forward. And so when I fell, I tumbled a little bit and I was rolling, and all I remember was like, oh fuck, like what happened? What happened? Please, please don't tell me I broke my leg or whatever. I was thinking like, oh shit, my shit's twisted, it's backwards, I don't have a leg anymore, it's gone, it fell off, I can't feel it. And so like I'm laying on the ground on my stomach, and I turn and kind of sit up, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh shit, thank God, like my leg's not broken, it's not all twisted. I'm like, but I was like, oh, my leg hurts or whatever. Like, I think it's like a muscle spasm. Like, fuck. Like, I'm like, this shit hurts kind of thing. And so I call my teacher over and I start laughing. I'm like, yeah, everyone's all worried. They're like, yo, like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, like, I think I have like a muscle spasm or some shit. Like, I've never felt this way before. Like, my leg really hurts. And so, cause it was like really high up, kind of like in between, um, like where the bone, your femur meets your pelvis. Like it just, I could, like it just, it kind of, it was just really, I don't know, I couldn't really feel. It was just like really, really shocky feeling, like really numb. And so, they ended up calling the hospital or whatever, and everybody's laughing, like all my friends and shit, cause they like, I just fell and this shit, like I'm over here, like I don't know what the fuck happened. I got all fucked up, so everyone's making jokes and shit. And so the firemen get there, and so they're asking me whether or not I'm gonna need to call an ambulance. And so I'm telling them earlier that I think it's a muscle spasm, and so they're thinking like, all right then, they try to help me up, walk me over to my mom's car, so she could drive me to the hospital. And this shit hurts. Like I am not trying to move. Every time I move, like that shit, I get a sharp pain in my thigh, right? And I'm getting upset because it's like, why are you moving me? But I understand I have to go to the car, and the firemen are like, come like, I don't like they were looking at me so dirty. Like they're like, man, like why can't this man just get up? Like it can't hurt that bad if it's a muscle spasm. And they're just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a bitch basically, because it's like, damn, like this shit hurts or whatever. Like, I'm not crying, but I'm just it's like it's I don't know. It's stopping me from being able to get there easily without me kind of complaining and making jokes and shit. And so after a while, like they're like, yo, like, hey, like we're just gonna have to call an ambulance if you can't hurry up and get in here. And so I was just like, oh fuck, like that shit's gonna be expensive. I just gotta do it. So I ended up getting in my mom's car, And basically, when I sit in, both my legs are down, and I'm kind of holding my knee so that like when you sit down, your legs kind of spread apart. Well, I was holding my knee so that it wouldn't spread out too far, and it was weird. It was like I couldn't feel the bottom of my foot, right? So like my leg was there and they're both on the ground, but I couldn't feel like it felt like I didn't have control over it. Like if I wanted to move my leg up, I couldn't move it. I couldn't feel it. I could feel it was there, but I couldn't feel it. Like it's the weirdest feeling I've ever felt. But so we end up getting to the hospital, and to get me out of the car, they can't get me out of the car the same way that I got in. So what they end up doing is they go to the other side of the car, have me lay on my back, and they pull me out from my shoulders. They just pull me out and they get me into a wheelchair immediately. And at that point, I just told them like, "Fuck it, like you just do it or whatever. Like if you make it longer, it's gonna be worse. Just do it." And that shit hurt like a bitch. Like, that shit sucked. And so I get into the hospital. The doctors ask me, what happened, what they think is wrong. I let them know, like, like I think I just got a muscle spasm. My legs hurt, et cetera, et cetera. And so at that point or whatever, they're like, okay, we got to get your shoes off. We got to get some X-rays or whatever. And so I'm telling them like, yo, like this shit hurts really bad. And like, yeah, yeah, I know, but you just got to you got to get over it or whatever. And basically, she tells my mom to take off my shoe, and I look at my mom and I was like, "Don't you fucking touch my shoe," or whatever. And like she's like, "No, we gotta take it off. We gotta cut it off." And I looked at her, I was like, "Don't touch my shoes," like, cause like just the slight touch sent shocks up my leg, and that shit hurt so bad. I was so like I remember looking at my mom so upset, like if you touch me, I'm gonna hit you or whatever. But I wasn't gonna do it. I was just so upset. And so, but I didn't want my shoes to get cut off because I just got them. Like they're fresh, new, red and black Vans. Like these shits were crisp. And so she took off my shoes, and they ended up getting me to an X-ray. And the whole time, like they're treating me like I'm a bitch basically, because I'm thinking, because everybody's thinking at this point that I have like it's just a muscle spasm, just like some normal shit or whatever. Really not even that serious. Like of course it hurts, but it's not as like it shouldn't be this big of a deal type of thing. Like I wasn't crying, but I was complaining. Like I was like, like this shit hurts, I was like, like whenever they move me. And so the X-rays, basically what they had to do is they had to have me. They put like this some type of like square object underneath my leg, so they had to lift me up and I had to sit on that, and then they had something go over me and they pressed down right while I'm laying in the bed. And basically like the shit's fucked up because it's like that shit hurt so bad. They basically put two metal objects in between my leg and press down so that they can get an X-ray. And they did like three of them from different angles. So sometimes I had to lay on my side or whatever. Sometimes it was directly underneath me, and then the one time it was just on the right. And oh my, at this point I just accepted it. I was like, yeah, like I'm not gonna be a bitch. Like this shit's just a muscle spasm. Like I'm really not gonna make that big of a deal out of it. And so basically I just accepted it. And so I'm laying in the bed, my mom's sitting in the room with me. They get back and they're like, "Yo, like, this man broke his femur, or whatever." Like, and it's like everyone was looking at me differently, like all the doctors and shit. And they're like he broke his femur. Like I guess I had broken the top part, where the bone connects to the pelvis, like right close there. I completely snapped it. Like it's done. And they're saying like they couldn't believe that I had a broken bone like that, but I wasn't freaking out, crying and screaming or whatever. Like that's why they were treating me like I was a bitch. Like I could hear them like not laughing, but they were talking down to me like, yo, like this guy's he's over here complaining he's really not even that serious. And the moment they found out I had a fucking broken bone, bruh, it was immediately morphine, like fucking just medicine after medicine. Like the moment that she came back and they got the IV and shit, I was out. I fell asleep. Like I woke up fucking in like a gown and shit, and like about to go to surgery, and then I just went back to sleep. But like like they gave me no medicine for the whole time. Like I was there for a few hours or whatever with a fucking broken bone. and they gave me no shit. But and so they just started giving me a bunch of medicine. I get ready for surgery. I do surgery, get back, and I wake up in the hospital bed. And I think that if you ever had surgery, like, isn't it kind of weird? Because it's like you go to sleep and you have clothes on, then you wake up, you're ass naked in a fucking dress. And it's like, like, which one of you doctors changed me? Because it is like, yeah, obviously you understand that it's their job, but. Like you still saw my shit basically. Like that shit's crazy. Like don't make eye contact with me. But but yeah, no, like that shit was fucked up. I just like that shit's crazy. They were treating me like shit, like I was a bitch. But the moment they found out that it was actual broken bone or whatever, like they treated me so good. They were so nice to me. The lady I had, she was a doctor or whatever. She went from being a fucking asshole to the nicest lady fucking there, basically. So that's basically it. I know it wasn't that long or whatever. I just thought something easy, pretty funny. Um, make a story time on it. So let me know, if how you liked it, if you thought it was funny, or if you want any more of them. Hopefully they'll keep getting better and better. I'll be able to more shit's gonna happen as I just turned 20 or whatever, so hopefully some shit goes down. Um, So as far as that, if there's any of the story times that you want to ask me, just leave down in the comments. Be like, hey, like, has this happened, etc., etc. And if it has, I'll make a story time about it. All right then. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out, y'all.